On Teacher's Day, the homeroom teacher publicly opened the gifts her students had given her in front of the whole class. When she saw a cheap pair of socks inside one box, her face dropped immediately. She told the student who gave it to take that junk away, but the moment she saw an expensive silk scarf, her face lit up with delight and she put it on right away. If anyone's gift wasn't valuable enough, she would criticize them in front of everyone. What was even worse, she openly made fun of the chubby girls in class with the whole group laughing along. But karma came fast. After she got pregnant, she gave birth to a deformed child. Her husband couldn't handle it. He nearly smashed the baby to death. Later, he simply locked the child in the basement. The teacher screamed and cried her heart out outside, but it was already too late. When she grew old, she came down with a serious illness and spent the rest of her life in a wheelchair. But the real punishment started at that class reunion. With Teacher's Day coming up again, Marie, who was taking care of the teacher, wanted to cheer her up. She invited some of her former students over for dinner. The first to arrive was Jack. The teacher happily grabbed his hand, but the gesture immediately reminded him of unpleasant memories. Jack quickly made an excuse and left. Next came the former class president and vice president. They were about to get married. The teacher was especially happy to hear it. She had always thought they were perfect for each other. At those words, her expression turned a little awkward. Then David and Lisa arrived. Lisa, who used to be constantly mocked by the teacher for being fat, had become the slimmest and most elegant one there. The teacher barely recognized her. David, on the other hand, still looked the same, except he now walked with a slight limp. The teacher pretended to care and asked if he was feeling unwell, but she didn't actually remember anything. The last to arrive was Leo, the student the teacher had hurt the most. Back then, the kids loved to mess with the teacher's disabled son locked in the basement. They lured the boy out with snacks, secretly pulled off his mask, and when they saw his face, the children would scream and run away in terror. Only kind-hearted Leo would put the mask back on for him. But when the teacher heard the noise and rushed out, she thought Leo was bullying her son and beat him severely. When Leo's mother found out and came to confront the teacher, she died in a car accident on the way. After that, Leo never went back to school. Decades had passed, and the teacher had completely forgotten all the harm she caused. Before dinner, Lisa offered to take the teacher out for a walk. As they moved along, Lisa recalled how, as a child, the teacher had pinched her stomach and mocked her for breaking the scale. The whole class had laughed at her, but the teacher didn't remember any of it. Lisa smiled and said it was all thanks to the teacher's motivation back then that she had become who she was today. From that moment on, she became obsessed with changing her appearance. She spent all her family's money on plastic surgery until no hospital would operate on her anymore. She said all this with a smile on her face, while pushing the wheelchair closer and closer to the edge of a cliff. If the teacher hadn't frantically pulled the brake, she would have gone over. The students kept dropping hints, reminding the teacher how terrible she had been, but she still didn't sense their hatred. Instead, she arrogantly claimed that everything they had today was thanks to her. Hearing this, the drunk class president finally exploded. He spilled all the teacher's past misdeeds right there. The gathering ended abruptly. Afterward, no one could stop the class president. He left alone. That night, it was the vice president's turn to help the teacher bathe. She